June in the garden. What is happening? We just had a massive downpour today. It's been storming and now it's so sunny. And I feel like everything literally just burst open today. So I'm going to talk about it. It is also the Gemini new moon today. And it's conjunct with the Venus Cazimi and Mercury is in Gemini and Jupiter. So there's so much goodness happening at this new moon. I keep wanting to say full moon because it feels like that. I'm always really sleepy at the new moon. But it just seems like everything has kind of decided to be alive now. And I like to start at this garden because this was the very first one that I built, or that my husband built for me. And yeah, we'll kind of go through what is successful and what is not. So I had transplanted these. I found them popping up through my driveway, so I moved them right over here. There's one, and there's two. Beautiful chamomile. They're so gorgeous, and they're doing okay. I think another year and they'll be fine. And in this little empty patch right here, I did plant some radishes, and they're usually so quick to come up and nothing took off. So I'm kind of upset by that. And I didn't do a great job amending the soil this spring. So I think what I'm gonna do is just go through, throw down some more worm castings, and try again, because I really, really love radishes. And there's a little rosemary there. Hopefully that'll get nice and big. And over here, my pea trellis is doing okay. It's doing the job it's supposed to be doing. So in the previous video in May's tour, I had forgotten what I planted in the center. And I actually planted, trying to get closer, I actually planted nasturtium. There he is. And look at that. Coming up. One little nasturtium guy right in the middle. And that's going to be really great companion planting, and hopefully it'll kind of ground cover these peas. And I'm really hoping that they kind of trellis a little bit better. Come on guys, you can do it. But I think in a couple of weeks I will be harvesting these. They look healthy. These are my bush beans and they don't look healthy. This one's okay. This one's like coming back. He's a goner. That one is just done. And this one, so I'm just gonna leave it. Honestly, I'm not even gonna be too worried about it. I don't know what that is. Maybe these are my radishes that kind of like traveled over here. Who knows? I guess we'll be surprised by that. And another nasturtium, not quite as healthy. Yeah, I think this like little patch right here is just like not doing good. And then coming over here, look at this nasturtium. Like, so beautiful. There's a couple more in here. Some just really love to take off. And like little dandelion leaves, we like to leave those. More nasturtium. Beautiful companion plantings. Nasturtium, nasturtium, nasturtium. And these are peas too, but look at how small they are. They're the exact same. I think they're snow pod peas. And like, they're just not thriving. So I think, I'm going to say that this is still my bee balm that I planted 4 years ago. It could just be something else that totally took over. We won't know until it flowers and we'll be surprised. But I'm being hopeful that that is my bee balm. And of course the marigolds, 1 and 2. that my niece and nephew got me for Mother's Day. And I've been deadheading and keeping the seed pots. So the next time it needs to be deadheaded, I'll kind of show you what I do with those. And coming right over here to these peas. Oh my God. They're the exact same peas as these. And I planted them at the exact same time. So what happened? Look at that. Same. So I have no idea what is going on. It probably is just this overpowering because these are beautiful. And I'm really hoping that after, oopsies, there you guys go. Really hoping that after the full moon, I can harvest some of these, so another 2 weeks, and they'll be delicious. And of course I'm allergic to fresh peas, so they will have to be in a stir fry. But look at how beautiful that is. So this is a bridal wreath spirea. I think I'm saying that right. And after this heavy rainfall, like look at all the leaves that it's dropped. All the petals, I should say. And it was so beautiful, and now it's, I don't know, like I don't love that. So taking you guys over to the next garden here. In behind here, I did weed this. We have this awful grass that comes in. I'll find some. These. Comes in by the millions. So I took them out during the last quarter balsamic phase. When you weed and what you weed actually during that phase, you should hope that it's something you don't want to come back, because it won't come back. Or it will diminish it. So it's a good time to get rid of the things that you don't want. Probably not the best time to like be deadheading. I can't remember what I planted back here. I know for sure it was chamomile, and I don't know, I think I just threw down some seeds. So we'll wait a couple more weeks and see what happens with these guys. Look at that. There's a little chamomile guy. So that's gonna be really exciting. And my peppermint. Look at how beautiful. It smells, oh my God. It smells so amazing. I have been throwing it in tea, hot water. My niece and nephew like to come over and just pick it right up and eat it. And I know that it's gonna get kind of invasive, but it's been here a while, and like I said last time, like I might move it. I've been back and forth. So I think by the end of the season, I'll make a decision if I'm gonna make this whole patch just, you know, peppermint, lemon balm, spearmint, which I think, chamomile of course, I think that's what I might do. And then I think these are zinnias, because silly me not remembering or writing down what I throw down, I kind of just get carried away with seeds, and it's like a little sprinkle here, sprinkle there. So we'll see. I would put my money on zinnia though, just by the feel of the leaves. And then my sage, I was really trying to control it bolting and flowering, but it was just so pretty, I couldn't help it. So I'm just letting it go to flower. And I really, really love sage. It's Thursday today, and I feel like sage is such a perfect plant for Jupiter. It has Jupiterian energy. I feel really connected to it. Of course, like the old sage, the old wise sage, Jupiter. Yeah, and it's just like really thriving this year. Then we're gonna go to the lemon balm. Also, just like the peppermint, it is getting huge. Look at this. So I might just let it go wild, and we'll see kind of what happens. And taking us back here, and this is silly me, I don't know what these are. Maybe this is going to be like an experiment. We'll wait and see. So we have one surviving sunflower. Two. 1 and 2. And I think I put like 20 seeds in here. So this is like the bird buffet. We have a ton of robins and birds that come in here. So they must have seen the seeds and had breakfast, which is fine because they left me 2. And then taking us right over here, we have more of these, which I feel like I put down hollyhock. So that might be what is coming up. And we'll see. And some more of these kind of prickly. Maybe it's calendula that I put down. I don't know. We'll see. My spearmint is doing well. Super delicious. I've been picking a little bit, but since it's new, I planted it this year. I don't want to be too handsy with it and kind of shock it. So I think next year that'll be really great. We have more seeds coming up here. And I know that this looks holy and it looks like it could be like being destroyed, but we have a baby bunny that lives back here and he mows down on everything. So I'm not really seeing all of these affected by this, and it seems like a little bit random. So it could be bunny food. I don't know, we'll see. I'm just keeping my eye out for other insects. And I have a couple solutions that I'm going to be trying. And taking us right back here to my poor loofahs. Oh my gosh, they're not doing well. And I planted seeds too at the same time as these transplants. Kind of experimenting because I know that squash don't love to be transplanted. And loofah is kind of like a cucumber, zucchini type of, squash, where it takes off really easily from seed, and I was just playing around. And yeah, they just kind of are really struggling. So we'll see about that. And coming right over to my new garden, here's my little zucchini patch. This one, it's not the greatest. There wasn't anything that was like really concerning me, so I'm just keeping an eye on it. I'm new to veg, so I'm just not sure like what could have been doing that. That was before the bunny was really big enough and going around the yard. So troubleshooting a little bit, but it hasn't gotten worse, so that's good. And it looks like I might be getting little flowers in soon, which means I'll get fruit. And back here, none of the sunflowers I planted took off, so I think they were all eaten. Yeah, they're all kind of gone. And the oregano that I had split, and here it is again, which is great. And hi, Annie. Hello. This one isn't good either. This one I did from seed, and it's not great. So I might just leave it and let it be food, as long as it's not attracting pests that are going to destroy other things. But these two are good, and I planted them at the same time by seed. So I'm going to put them in a tomato cage very, very soon. They kind of just like sprouted overnight, to be honest. Like, this is huge. And I like the tomato cage for zucchini just to keep the leaves off the ground, so we don't get like mildew or things like that. Oh my god. Hi, Annie. So my marigold here and this one right here. Oh gosh. Deadheaded them too, so they're gonna come back. This one's gonna bloom really soon. Marigold is like the tried and true classic flower to attract pollinators, and they keep aphids off of your plants, and just like all around, if you're planting tomato, zucchini, you're gonna want to plant a marigold. And then this zucchini is my star. Look at her. So I put these tomato cages up during the last quarter phase, just because we couldn't do any planting, and it is really good. Although a Capricorn moon is the best time to be setting your structures, I needed some jobs to do. So I put these up, and look at what I found today. If I can get it close enough. 1 and 2 flowers. So I'm gonna get fruit off that really soon. And of course, my thyme. There it is. It's a small area. My thyme here, which it's doing really well. They're pretty low maintenance and it smells amazing. Is my little veggie patch. And I can't even believe how much everything grew after this rain today. I came out like a psychopath, like I do every morning. I check everything like 3 or 4 times a day. And honestly, after this rain, it just like popped out. So we'll start over here in the very back. This is my runt. He's still doing okay. I just physically can't get my body over there to stake it. And I think he gets the least amount of sun. So I'm gonna try and be a little nimble in a couple days and stake him. And I think like all the sunflowers didn't take over here as well, so I might plant something back here. I'm not quite sure what, but definitely flowery, something to attract the pollinators, just something. And then these 4 tomatoes here are doing so well, and I'm actually really proud of myself. So these 2 back here, I started during the new moon phase in March, and I've never grown something from seed that was successful, like started early. I've done it in the garden, but never started early and transplanted. So these 2 tomatoes, which I don't even know what I grew, I think they're cherry tomatoes because I like to eat cherry tomatoes. It looks like they're about to flower, but look at this. I'm really proud of myself. I'm trying to not take all of the credit because I know that they worked hard through my neglect, and I would say that is a lunar gardening success. So helped by the moon. And my basil back here, I am letting this one, the ones in the back bolt. I would like the flowers there, and these ones are really only here for companion planting purposes. But this one and this one here, I actually have to harvest really soon. I have to kind of take this off like that, or else it will go to flower because it seems to have just taken off like instantly. So yeah, these tomatoes over here, this one is a Lemon Boy cherry tomato, and I love them so much. Like they probably won't even make it inside because I will just come out here and eat it off the vine. Like look at this. And I will be getting flowers on this really soon as well, which will turn it into fruit. That's so exciting. And then this one over here, which has started to flower. Oh my gosh. Right there. This one is a heritage tomato, and it will be just like different shapes and sizes and colors, which is really cute. Not a huge fan of just like eating tomatoes, but if it's pretty enough, I will like slice them up and throw it on a sandwich. And then my pinwheel marigolds are doing good. I started them from seed in the garden. And let's see, over here in the back there, sunflower seeds that have taken off. So these ones are like a little smaller. And then look at these. Doubled in size in half a day. It is amazing. So full rain, it's a new moon. The energy of the moon is changing and the gravitational pull. So I feel like in the next week or 2 weeks actually, leading up to the full moon, everything will just blossom. It's gonna be crazy. And then over here, I have my nasturtium. And like, look at this, same thing. Like, it is insane. Just crazy. So I'm really hoping that this like trails over the edge. And I have another rosemary right here. And I'm not sure how much the rosemary loves to be close to peppers, but I'm trying something out, so I'll see. And most of what's in here are all annuals except for the rosemary. So if I need to move it, I'll move it, but I just really wanted to come out here, pick some rosemary. Rosemary is something that I use like daily as well, like the mint. And in here, I have my pepper plant, which is flowering as well. So that happened just in the last couple hours. And ghost pepper for my son, and jalapeno. So I like it. I like some peppers, just to like beef things up. I eat a lot of vegetarian things, and like sometimes they can look lacking, but I'm not a huge fan. But I love jalapenos. Jalapenos for everything. And we eat a lot of salsa and a lot of spicy food, so it's perfect. And in the middle here, I planted more pinwheel marigolds, and I'm really excited. So these were a seed company from Wolf Island, which is local to my area. And I just really like supporting local, and they're going to be very different. I've never seen a pinwheel marigold before, so that's going to be cool. And I have Sweet Alyssa, kind of companion planting in here. They're going to get really big and beautiful, and they're just attracting pollinators and like a good kind of cover. I still need to mulch in here. Have not gotten around to it. And in here I have lettuce. I believe it's like a butter crunch lettuce, which is really cool. I love salad, but I don't love salad based or like lettuce based salads, but I do love it as like a little garnish for like tacos, sandwiches. Yeah, it's so cute. And then for a centerpiece, we have my cilantro. You either love it or you hate it, and I love it. So like I said, we make a ton of salsa and things like that, and Portuguese recipes too. Like a lot of Portuguese recipes rely on cilantro as like a main flavor, and I see it's about to flower, so I am gonna come and fix that probably tomorrow morning, just so it stays nice and fresh. And I did plant cilantro seeds along here, you can see them, because we love cilantro. Like, I can't even tell you how much cilantro we eat in a week. It is disgusting. And this is my wild Alberta rose. I know I always say it wrong. It's huge. And I know this all looks like a mess back here, but this is where our bunny Wabbit lives. So we are not cleaning that up. And taking you into my chaos garden. So this is the most non-aesthetic thing I've ever done. And it's been mostly an experiment. So I don't want to go through everything since I did it last video, but we do have the blueberry bush right here that I kind of killed, and I'm seeing if it lives, but I have fruit. So I think it's doing okay. I have my larkspur here, which I also planted from seed at the same time as my tomatoes. And this is the July flower, and I have a July birthday. So it's doing well, and I'm really happy about that. And here is a whole sea of the seeds. I forget what they were. And there's thousands of them. So it makes me think that it might be zinnias, but it doesn't look like it. But I'll have to see what it looks like when it kind of comes up a little bit more. I planted borage, calendula, lupins, zinnias, hollyhocks, chamomile, like just threw them all in a bowl and sprinkled them all around. So it really could be anything. So I guess we'll wait and see for that. And then back here is my other blueberry bush. And I do have more nasturtium kind of growing along the back here. You can't see it, but I'm hoping that it covers this whole mess. Like we've been renovating, and of course like that comes with a bit of a mess. And I'm trying not to be too worried about it. And then I have my sage right here. So this is a perennial, a different kind of sage. And it gets really beautiful, and the bees love it, and it's huge. So we'll see if that stays here or not. Like I would really love to look back here and just see a whole show of flowers and colors. So I'm hoping that that's what this turns into. And of course, like I left my volunteer herbs with some medicinal purposes, and I'm really excited about that. And then this was really cool. And I'm not sure how to approach this, but this is a volunteer rose. So I found this by accident because I was playing in the garden and something poked me, thinking it was a prickly plant because we have them everywhere. But no, it's a friggin' rose. Like, how did that even happen? So I'm gonna try and really very carefully dig it up and move it, just because it's along the side and I don't want my kid to accidentally mow it down. And I have no idea where it came from. It could have come from the Alberta rose tree. I don't know if that spreads like that. Yeah, it could have been anything really. And just more of these mystery seedlings. And it's so amazing to see how far things come, because right now it just looks like dirt and green. And I'm really hoping by August this will be just a whole sea of flowers. And taking us right over here, I moved the yarrow from the front to over here. I don't think I had enough room for it in the front, so I think it'd be better back here anyways, so it can get nice and big. The chives are dying down a little bit, and the raspberry is getting huge. And I'm gonna get fruit this year, which I'm really excited about. And I know raspberry spreads and everyone says it's invasive, but my hope is that this whole back fence is just brambles, a blueberry, raspberry, blackberry. So that's my hope. And when I planted the chive next to the raspberry, I wasn't thinking. So I hope the raspberries don't taste oniony, but we'll see. A couple of things that I have yet to plant. I'm gonna get a cucumber in there with some dill. This dill I got at a mutual aid. Oh my god! Oh my god! Is that a caterpillar? That is amazing. Well, I guess I can't plant this. What is happening? All right, coming right over here to my oh so easy urban legend. Look at how much, like, I need a deadhead. I just didn't want to do it during, you know, the balsamic moon phase. But now that it's a new moon, I'm gonna go in and deadhead. And I wasn't even really expecting very many blooms this year because this is first year. It's only been in the ground for a couple weeks. But she will get huge as well. And on the other side of the fence, I have some sunflowers in these felt bags. So they're doing okay. Look at that little baby. I didn't think these ones were gonna come up. Right over here, so I'm hoping that this is just a good show of sunflowers that get really tall. And I have more oregano here, and I didn't think it was living. That was from last year. And look at this chamomile. I'm not going to transplant it until the fall, but I am going to pick this bag up and just move it right on onto the side because I want to see these beautiful flowers. I love, love, love chamomile so much. And coming back around, this is my blackberry bush. So I didn't prune this spring, but I did prune last spring. So you kind of do like the old wood and new wood it's like the Prima and Flora canes, and I forget which one is which, but I'll have to know, I guess, for next spring. But it's already started to flower, and all of these will be fruit. So I'm gonna come over here. Like, look at how beautiful this is, and it gives us so much privacy. I just didn't want to redo our fence because we're going to be doing an extension and like kind of redoing everything. Look at how beautiful that is. So yeah, I didn't want to be putting like expensive permanent like fixtures in, and then having to rip them out. So gorgeous. And this is where we sit out to eat dinner when it's not raining, basically every day in the spring and summer. So it's so nice to just have this right here. Of course, a little citronella and the pot. Okay, this is a mess. I know. I do crafts out on my deck because it's gonna be removed soon. But the pots are doing good. Petunias, impatiens, begonias, just like super classic. Ooh, I gotta deadhead that one. And this, I still don't know what it is, and I collected all the tags to look back, and they're in here. So I'm gonna have to go through and sort. Yeah, that's the backyard. Kind of the other side, this in our driveway, it's kind of like a little reno work area too, so it's a little trashy, but this right here is a volunteer from the blackberry. They spread like crazy like this. If you leave it on the ground, they will root, which I love. I know some people who are much tidier than me like probably wouldn't like that. And then these pallets behind were my 2020 herb gardens that I didn't realize like actually what was required for a garden. So I thought the herbs would be fine in there. They were not. But it was a super cute COVID thing. So there's that one. And then this one, I actually grew, I think this is stone crop. Look at that in there. And I haven't touched this since 2021. And it's still thriving. I haven't done anything. And it like loves it. So I think I might divide some up and have it all in here. And I like to just keep this here with the blackberries because I just think it looks so like cute and rustic. And then the chamomile over here. Can't believe I'm showing you guys my trashy driveway, but chamomile. And I'll take you to, yeah, this, we had a really beautiful shrub over here and we had to cut it down when we were doing renos because we needed it in the crawl space. But I have so much mullein growing in my, all over my yard. So I left this here. And my kid does the mowing and the, you know, like the weeding and everything. So I told him that he wasn't allowed to cut that down. And we also have columbine here too from the previous owner of the home. I think all of this was garden and yard. And when my husband bought the house, he just made it all driveway because he's a mechanic. This was tulips, and again from the previous owner. It's really beautiful in the spring, but nothing happens from summer to fall. So I actually need to think of something to do here to figure it out. And it's kind of like weird because it's all like it's so many tulips. So I'll figure that out. And then I get so excited over here. This little strip. It used to be sidewalk and my husband ripped it out and it was just like literally patchy grass and weeds. So last year I literally just threw down some dirt over top of the gravel and I transplanted these lupins from my front garden because they were being a little spoiled over there and they had aphids, which not cool. So I went to PEI and they actually said that, well, I was asking like the locals because in spring in PEI there are lupins everywhere. So I was asking for advice and yeah, they said throw them in a ditch, and that's exactly what I did. And on top of transplanting these, I also did a chaos garden over here and it was really beautiful. And I did this with my niece who's now 4 and we call this her garden, which is really fun. So I have over here some cosmos seeds. So cosmos will come up late summer, and a volunteer mullein. But like, look at this. I just noticed these today, and what the hell is that? I'm gonna have to Google this because I've never encountered it. I've always been so lucky. Aphids are the only thing I've ever had an issue with. And I'm not using chemicals in the garden, so I need to figure out like, oh my gosh, oh no, these two are doing the business. That is so gross. I don't want any more of them. Look at that, it's disgusting. Creepy crawlies, and they're all over all the mullein. So I'm gonna wait and see if they just leave or if they're harming anything. Yeah, more cosmos. I planted zinnias, calendula, chamomile. Yeah, a lot of cosmos. I think I laid down three bags. And look at this lupin. It is so beautiful. So I let them kind of go to seed, and I do cut them back once they're all done, but I save the seeds. So all of these are seed pods. And like, this is what I think a zinnia looks like. This is a zinnia, not the other guys back there. I don't know what I planted. All of these are beautiful cosmos. More lupin, zinnias, and cosmos. And here's that guy again. It must be calendula. Unless I planted something and I'm forgetting, because that's a zinnia. Cosmos, another mullein, and this one's pretty big, but it has this silly little insects in there too. Some cosmos, and I did plant a lavender there too because it really loves some like dry, shitty soil, and another lupin. And we're just leaving all this because I have plans for hardscaping and I don't want to do extra work if I don't have to.